For all of your sports in Lorain, keep your TV tuned to TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good evening and welcome to Crawford Field in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Jay Ferguson, Rick Amador, and Joe Bach here to bring you the LEL lid lifter. Rick, Cleveland Heights 3-2 in the independent portion of their schedule against Lorain 3-2 in the same. So tonight's a big game for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, you got a lot of playoff points on the line, Jay, tonight. And let's see how our Titans bounce back after stubbing their toe last week against Clarkson.
Both teams were 13th in their respective regions this week, and this one promises to come with some level 2 points. So we'll see how it goes as the Tigers prepare to kick off.
We're going to deal with that all night.
Yeah. Starting in the white jerseys with the blue pants, navy blue uniform, navy blue numbers, and the silver helmets with the black and white stripe. Cleveland Heights in the brown and orange. Mark Rodriguez boots it away. It's on the ground out at about the 40 where it's covered by one of the up men. I'm not sure if he tried to knock it down or not. It hit his hand in any event.
Yeah, Rodriguez did a nice job of topping that one, and one of those big uglies up front got their paws on it. Potential disaster for Cleveland Heights, but they were able to recover that.
And as a result, have great field position at the 41-yard line. The Titans have had a kickoff issue in the sense that they haven't been able to get it deep and high all season, so they've resorted to lots of different things. For Cleveland Heights, the quarterback's number 1, Josh Harris, and we noticed him limping a little bit in the warm-ups. Number 6, Xavier Pilar, is to the far side. He's their chief running back in the gun. And he'll get the first carry straight ahead, and he's going to have 4 or 5. Spun to the ground by Nate Melendez. Melendez starts up front with McCall and Isaiah McDowell. Cairo Smith and Kelvin Torres in the middle between Savon Chavis and I'm not sure if that is Cheers or not. I think Jalen Cheers is the other linebacker. Safeties are Zach Evans and Javon Manning. Devontae Jackson at the far side corners. Pilar again, not much this time. And again wrapped up by number 9. McDowell was in there as well. So it'll be no gain. They're going to give him a yard. 3rd and 5.
And Jay Devin Zarinsky starting at safety with Manning back there.
It is Zarinsky. I'm sorry.
Looks like Evans isn't out there right now.
Right. Zarinsky, number 16, just became eligible this week as he came from, and that's going to be offsides and a free first down. They got the near side end, and that is number 8, Malik McCall. And that'll move the sticks.
You hate to see those self-inflicted wounds on the road, Jay. We need to not have those negative plays early.
3rd and 5 to a first down without having to snap the football. Almost again. They look to the sidelines. Harris gets the play, trips to the far side now. Different look, but that's straight ahead again. They've gone between the tackles 3 times with Pilar, and 3 times Cairo Smith has wrapped him up. Gain of a couple.
Pilar last week coming off a 185-yard effort against Walsh Jesuit. He's really been the bell cow for this squad.
Substitution now for Heights. 15, Justin Woodley comes in as the single setback, and they go to the double wing. They run the deep motion, but go straight ahead to Woodley. He gets inside the 45 before he's tossed back. Melendez, Chavis, and Cheers on the tackle for the Titans. So a gain is another 2, and it'll be 3rd and 6.
Let's see if the Titans can get some pressure on.
Or do we have a penalty here? Yeah, they're going to be a procedure penalty. So it'll go back to the 47 and then 5. Take it back to the 48 of Cleveland Heights and make it 2nd and 13. Tough choice there. 3rd and 6, 2nd and 13. weigh the yardage versus the extra play. Unfortunately, without a crystal ball, you got to wait and see how it turns out. That's Marlon Neal now behind Harris. The double wing, but twins to the far side. Tackle eligible on the near side. That's Pilar. He got outside and got the penalty yardage back and a lot more. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 for Cleveland Heights. And this is the formation that they favor, is that double wing with the deep motion, very similar to what the service academies run.
That wing T, you know,
Yep.
that wing T look. And this is the first time we've seen this all year. We've seen a lot of spread offense up until this point.
Now they bring the ends in, so it's everybody within a few yards. Toss sweep this time. Again, nice cut. He's got a big hole. Pilar may go. Pilar only had Manning to beat and takes it 42.
We lost contain on that right side, Jay. Great job blocking up front by the Tigers. 6 on the board early with 8:55 left.
42-yard run. And on the little deep motion toss sweep that we had just talked about. A little bit different, though, because they brought the ends in. We didn't have the wide contain. And they outflanked us pretty quickly with that sweep. That toss to the man in motion gets him out there in a hurry, and we couldn't cover. Extra point up, and line drives through. And just like that, Cleveland Heights on top 7-0 before Lorain sees the football. So for a team in the Lorain defense that had trouble stopping the run in the second half last week, for the team, for Cleveland Heights to come out and go 59 yards totally on the ground in their first possession can't be a good sign.
No, definitely a wake-up call for Coach Wilt and his defensive guys. Let's see if the Titans can come back and respond to the early score by the Tigers.
Dalen Dower is deep, number 11, along with number 19, Cario Edwards. You'll see Tyshawn Lighty play offense this week, but he's still got a little bit of pain in the hip, so they're going to keep him off of defense.
He's kind of on a pitch count, for lack of better words.
Yes. They wait for the football. Heights will kick from the far hash. Heading north. Sam Kramer, number 39, will do the kicking. Unless you have a full-on shot of these uniforms, it's hard to read the number. He bounces it along the ground. Past Zarinsky, picked up by Edwards, flipping to Dower. Dower takes it out across the 25 to about the 27. There's an awful lot of ball handling there for a very little gain.
Yeah, Manning was the first time who had a shot to get it. Took a true hop, but he actually misplayed that one.
Well, you know, on the turf especially, you need to get in front of the ball like a shortstop and knock it down. You can't reach and expect it to come right to you. Addis, the freshman, is over the ball. Lucas, Thomas, Alzier, and Tarpley are the starting linemen. Jordan Jackson, the quarterback, between Dower and Chavis. Straight back on pump fakes, launches one deep for Lighty. Fortunately, he overthrew everyone as the coverage was terrific. It was double coverage, and he was bracketed short and long.
Yeah, a little pump and go there by Jordan Jackson, seeing if he can get the corner to bite. They didn't bite, great coverage.
Yep.
And the Tiger was the closest one out there.
Very good. So 2nd and 10 for Lorain. Ball on the 27. Gives straight ahead. Met in the backfield is Dower, and he bowls forward for a couple out to the 29. But that was contained rather quickly. Dower comes in with 763 yards on the ground. Now that's Devontae Jackson replacing Edwards, with he and Lightier to the top side, and Zach Evans is to the bottom side for Jackson on 3rd down. Snap is good. Jackson goes straight back. I think he wanted Dower, who was covered out of the backfield. Tried to get it to Evans, but really was just saving yardage, and it'll be punt time for the Titans.
You know, that's one thing that Coach Whitehead has really been trying to instill in Jordan. Sometimes you got to live to fight another day. Everybody was covered downfield, right, Jay, and Jordan made the right decision.
Well, they tried to slip Dower out behind the Twins, and well drilled on defense. Now this is Zarinsky that's going to punt. He is 10, 11 yards deep, but we only have 10 guys. #21, Caesar Jeter, late to the party, comes in on the line. Devin Zarinsky, high snap. He catches it with one hand, but now he's in trouble. Incomplete pass. There's the flag for intentional grounding. It'll be Heights ball at the spot of the foul, loss of down, and they'll be in business again inside the 15 is what it looked like. The snap was high. Zarinsky went up with one hand and did a nice job, and he turned and didn't think he had enough time to get the punt off. Tried to roll to the near side and trying to save yardage. I mean, the intentional grounding is almost, why not? Because he was going to get tackled anyhow.
You couldn't have drawn it up any worse for a start for the Titans.
Right.
We had talked about in the opening of the show, too, how are the Titans going to respond after last week's game against Clarkson, and this is not what we wanted to see.
So now they're going to march 5 more. Okay. Intentional grounding, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 9. And Rick, this is just the opposite of how this game started 2 years ago. Lorain took the kickoff down and scored, and then blocked the punt to go up 14-0 and held on 14-13. Now Cleveland Heights with a touchdown on the board and 1st and goal on the 9. And I know there's part of Coach Mack that's thinking, I could have gone for it and been there.
Right.
Deep motion comes back. There's an inside counter. That's all alone. That is Rob Morgan, senior running back.
Yeah, the hold to the right side of that offensive line was huge, Jay. Morgan was able to just basically cut back, one cut and go.
And it was a little bit different look. They started the motion man and then brought him back in to lead the blocking as they countered back toward where the motion man came from and went in. That one's blocked.
There's a flag.
There's a flag, and I don't know if they used somebody to jump.
Uh-oh.
We'll wait and see. It came from the back judge, which usually means it's on the defense. Personal foul, and that's what it was. Somebody used the back of someone else to get up in the air and block that.
Is there any chance that they used McDowell as a step stool to get up?
It could have been McDowell. No idea. It was right in the middle there. I'm going to guess it was one of the 2 linebackers that got up and got a hand on it, but it takes it 1.5 yards closer and allows them to do it again. And honestly, I'm surprised they didn't try to stick it in for 2. Playing with house money when you start on the 9. Good snap, spot down.
Got it again.
Blocked again. This
Cairo
one
Smith.
off the end. And it was Cairo Smith and Zach Evans out there. Cairo got a hand on it.
Let's see if tonight the Tigers are going to be chasing that missed field goal there, extra point, I should say, Jay.
Well, it's what they lost by 2 years ago here.
Make a little mark of that.
It was 14-13, then it's 13-0, and that one took 1:03 from the first touchdown, and that included Lorain having the ball for 4 plays and Cleveland Heights for 1. 9-yard run by Rob Morgan gets him in the house. Now, Lorain didn't do a great job of handling the last kick, and they're still clumped a little bit along the sides here. Now Manning and 26 Adrian Mills converse a little bit. Let's see if they close that gap. Foot into ball, again a bouncer. Gets back to the third level where it's not covered yet. Tyshawn Lighty makes a good play, picks it up. And boy, we just look disorganized right now.
We're liking a little bit of haze, like the glass that I have in front of me here.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of sleepwalking, going through the motion. So hopefully the offense gets it in gear. And one thing, I was looking at the rosters, and you could see that the key players for the Tigers here tonight are all senior laden.
Right.
On our side of the ball, we have a lot of underclassmen that are expected to do a lot of big things. We weighed on them heavily, though.
We got 8 seniors starting on defense, so Addis is over the ball. Jackson in the backfield, Chavis to his right, and that looks like Dower to his left. In the slot over here, Lighty is inside of Evans. Gives straight ahead, Lighty looking for a spot, can't find one, maybe gets a yard, maybe 2, before he's thrown back.
They're really blitzing those gaps there, Jay. Not giving any room for our running backs to get through.
Yep. Well, you can tell how athletic they are. I mean, if you look at the guys up front, you know, they've gone with athletes rather than size up front. They don't look very big, but they all look long, lean, and mean. Jackson wants the out to Evans. Evans puts the head down, gets out across the 35 for the first down for Lorain.
Yeah, nice simple little out route to Evans, allowing the athlete to make a play, pick up a first down.
Honestly, that's been the part of the passing game that's been missing, is that short to intermediate level. 7:03 to go. 1st and 10, Lorain at the 36. Just need to possess the ball for a while here. Jackson has a look in over the top of Devontae Jackson. No relation. Jordan just didn't follow through real well on that one.
Yeah, he got a lot of pressure off the right side of the offensive line.
And I think he was worried about making sure he got it over and didn't get it down where Devontae could handle it. So 2nd and 10. Jackson, reverse to Lighty. Lighty is not, he's going to hesitate, gets the corner, gets drug out of bounds, and there's a flag that's going to give the Titans a first down as he was thrown by the jersey into the bench.
Yeah, the defenders for the Cleveland Heights are a little overzealous on that one, Jay.
They had held him to about 2 yards, but I think we're going to pick up 15 on the end of the run. So that's going to take it across the 50 to the 47 of Cleveland Heights, and the Titans with back-to-back first downs. That one by penalty.
That penalty's kind of flipped the field, Jay. Got us out of our own end. So
yes.
Let's see if we can get some positive plays moving forward.
Lighty and Evans both to the top side now. Jackson is alone to the short side. Jordan Jackson changes the play up wide. Well, it's going to be interesting because I thought the guard reacted to the defender jumping across, and with his hand not on the ground, that's what the call's going to be.
Got to give a great job to Jacob Addis. As soon as the defender went into the neutral zone, he snapped the ball.
Yeah, and Yusuf Alzir rocked a little bit as the Heights player came across, but he doesn't put the hand in the rug. Jackson. Lighty hauled down inside the 20.
Looked like he dropped it. Oh, they're marking it.
Well, I saw the ball sliding, but I don't know at what point. I mean, he had that ball, 8 yards before that. So the completion is going to be marked right at the 20. Could have gone either way, quite honestly. He made a good catch, high pointing the ball. We can't go to the video replay.
He picked up the blitz nicely on that one, Jay.
Yes. It's Chavis time. Savon Chavis straight ahead.
Good call.
Got about 5. Well, if the Titans have a Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside, Savon Chavis is the guy you want running, up there behind those guards. So gain of 5 makes it 2nd and 5.
They got beat behind those linebackers. You can see now they're not as nosy as they were after they get beat over the middle. Jackson checking that play.
Jackson again. They do an X on the outside and both are covered. Jordan's just trying to roll and save yardage. Gets out of bounds, but he's going to lose 5 or 6. Back at the 20, make it the 21.
Well, it looked like what we were trying to do there, Jay, is Lighty to do the out and then the up.
Lighty and Evans crossed and got a little tied up with one another on the exchange, and I think you're right that he was looking for Lighty, and Lighty got caught in the wash.
And at that time, that's when the protection broke down, and Jordan had to get out of there.
Now we've got 4 receivers to the near side and an open tackle on the far side. Snap back, Jackson, Dower, cuts it back again. One man to get around, and it's not going to happen. Nice tackle. Dower brought down back at the 28. Loss of another 6 or 7, and that even takes away the possibility of a field goal at this point. It's going to be at the 29, so if we were going to kick, it would be 46 yards.
You could definitely tell the speed of this Tiger defense, Jay.
And they're well drilled in that they stayed home. So now it's trips to the near side. Devontae Jackson, Tyshawn Lighty, Dalen Dower. Jordan straight back. Picked up the blitz. Evans is bumping and grinding down the field. Pass was overthrown, and Heights takes over, 1st and 10. So the Titans moved the ball along with 20 yards in penalties, but gets stalled on 4th down and a mile.
A little bit of miscommunication there between Jackson and Evans. You could see he had the inside release on that one, and Jackson threw the fade.
Yes. So Heights is back in business with the ball on their own 29 this time. They started at the 41 on the opening kickoff and then took over on the 9 after the botched punt by Lorain. Harris is under center. He hasn't been limping much since the start.
Haven't asked him to do much.
Turn gives straight ahead. Not sure who that running back is. Several of the Titans know. Jalen Cheers among them on the tackle. Gain is a yard out to the 30.
Looked like Searwright.
Is it number 4, Brandon Searwright?
He's also a senior.
Yep. Harris has him quickly to the line. Here's the motion again. Here's the toss sweep. He's got a seam, and there's no safety. Pulled down by Cairo Smith from the inside, but boy, they exploited the defense again. As everybody thinks that the spread offense is about passing the ball. The spread offense is about stretching the defense from sideline to sideline, and Cleveland Heights did it very well right there. They're in business, 1st and 10 at the 48.
We're having all kinds of trouble with that
Matt
toss.
Weatherspoon over the ball now. We're not maintaining outside leverage with our linebackers and ends. Coming into the short side with the motion. He's got a man. That's a touchdown. Sean Harris.
$50 yards. Well, Jay, they set that up perfectly Everybody on the Titan defense was, tired of getting gashed on that run. They all committed to the run, got beat over top.
You'll see it on the replay. I'm sure that Joe Bach will feed in there, but somebody blew a coverage by coming up, reading run on that motion coming toward him, and they just went over the top behind it, and he was by 25 yards open.
Perfect call right there.
Now they'll go for 2 to try and make up for the one they missed. Same formation, motion that top side, gives straight ahead. Okay, that's not going to work. So the run failed, but it didn't take them long to go 71 yards and make it 19-0. Cleveland Heights with still 3:47 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, we haven't even got out of first quarter left.
This is shell-shocking is what it is if you're on the far sideline.
It is, but one thing about these Titans, they are resilient. Coach Mack will make sure he gets them motivated, and a lot of game left.
Let's hope. Sam Kramer, the senior place kicker, is going to earn his letter in the first quarter tonight as he's going to kick off yet again. Now they adjust up front a little bit. I still think that maybe they're a little too far apart in the middle of the field. Edwards and I believe that's Dower are deep, but they haven't come close to handling a kickoff yet. And I don't see them changing their strategy since it's working. Foot into ball bounces to second line. That time, that's how you do it.
Looks like
Javon Manning. And he got in front of that one and put the fire out at about the 32 or 33. Titans will have decent field position to start, needing to make something happen.
I hate to say must score, but it's
they
in
got to
the
have
area.
the next points, I would say. Jackson again in the gun. Running backs to both sides. Chavis, and then Dower gets the handoff as the second man through, and he stumbles ahead for maybe a yard.
Yeah, that Anthony Johnson, I seen him working a pre-game with one of his coaches, and he does a great job with his hands. I mean, he was doing a great job warming up, and I seen how active he was. He's made a couple plays already this quarter.
That was a no-gainer, so 2nd and 10. Now trips to the near side as they put Dower out on the wing. Dalen's got 4 yards on the ground. Throw it to Edwards. Cario just looking at a team picture. Look at that. There's 9 of them right there around the ball. Cleveland Heights swarms him at the 34. Gain of, let's see where they put it. Gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9. If you're going side to side against this defense with as fast as they look, you're playing into their hands.
Yeah, Jordan Jackson on the night so far, 4 of 7 for only 22 yards.
And most of that on one play. Third and 9, see what you got. Same play, other side for Evans.
Nice block.
Zach breaks it. Zach's out to the outside. Zach with one man to beat. Zach Evans down the sideline and to the house. Wow. No flags. Boy, was that, now I see a whistle.
Sideline.
Oh, it's a sideline warning, I'm thinking.
67-yarder. Should still count.
Yeah.
Well, Zach Evans, he had a great block on the outside. I didn't catch who that was, Jay, but Zach showing that next level speed, was able to beat everybody to the outside.
I think it was Devontae Jackson. I could be mistaken, but
We talked about a must score. There it was.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't solve all your ills, but at least takes you off life support. Mark Rodriguez out of the hold of Devin Nickel. Kelvin Torres is the snapper. 2:19 left in the third. Snap good, kick away, and up and through.
Nice job.
So the Titans stem the tide a little bit, 19-7, following the big third down conversion. And that'll make Jordan's numbers look a little bit better, adding 67. And the quarter that would not end still has 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. And the Titans will kick off for the second time.
And you know, Jay, when I had a chance to talk to Jordan Jackson earlier in the year, he talked about really focusing on building a rapport with Zach Evans as he transferred over from Erie Catholic, and right there put him in position to succeed. Now the defense has to step up, get a stop, get the ball back in the offense's hand so we can score.
Yeah, the only way you can come from behind is if you score twice in a row.
It seems so simple, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not rocket science. And so Rodriguez will kick for Lorain. .219 in the first, and we've had 4 touchdowns already. 3 from the guys in brown and yellow. Titans break the huddle. Now I know they've piddled around with a little bouncing onside-like kick. We'll see what Coach Patterson and the special teams have come up with. Rodriguez.
Oh, it's free.
Loose, and it's free, and it's
Nice.
Lorain's. Adrian Mills. You couldn't kick it much better than that.
Jay, when that came off of Mark Rodriguez's foot, it looked like a Tom Cadiani knuckleball.
Yes, it did. And Brandon Ellis Eliam, the senior wide receiver, had it kind of hit and just knuckle off of him. And Adrian Mills was on the spot, and the Titans are in business on the Heights 46.
I was just going to bring up Lady Luck. I didn't have to. There you go.
Now that's Edwards up there with Evans and Chavis on the top. Empty the backfield here. Jackson and Leidy are to the near side. Now it's in motion. They give the jet sweep to Dower. Dower gets the corner. Dower slows down, has the first down before he goes out of bounds. And there's another flag, as twice they've run Dalen out of bounds and forgot to let go.
First big gash run for Dalen Dower on the night, 3 for 13.
So that's going to be 15 on top of the run, which is going to be marched off from the 35 down to the 20. And it's a face mask officially.
And we talked about the quarterback for Heights looking a little gimpy. You got to remember, Dower's still a little nicked up, just like Leidy is.
So once again, the penalties aiding the offense for Lorain. They were down here once before they went backwards. And then Heights took over and capitalized on the big pass. Jackson changing the play again at the line. Evans got bump and run on the left. He goes straight back. He looks there over the middle and just throws it to the track as Edwards down the middle was covered. He had 2 receivers in the same area there.
And Johnson had some pressure in his face, so.
Not sure who that is coming back late, but he was down there along with. Whoever it is getting back into that's Dower, back into the formation and in the backfield. Trips to the right. Jackson rolls that way, gets a block, throws the out, down to about the 16, 17, and Leidy is wrapped up right there for a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Minute 43 to go. Now they're sending one of the Tigers out, and I'm not sure what the signal was.
I think an equipment issue. That's that.
Okay,
that's
could be.
Watley there.
They start the clock. Still a minute and a half to go in the first. Lighty's in the backfield with Dower right now. Snap back. There's the same play to Evans without the block that time. And it goes backwards to the 21 for a loss of 4.
Jay, that play was open earlier.
Yep.
If he would have just threw it when he first seen Zach open, because the cornerback bailed on that coverage there, so there was a huge cushion there.
Yeah, they followed Edwards. Now it's 4th and 11 from the 21. Be a 38-yard attempt should they try for the field goal, but obviously they aren't. Receivers get quite the cushion now. Twins to each side. Evans is in the slot on the near side. Jordan Jackson pulls it down, wants to throw, he's going to eat it. Back at the 25. And once again, Cleveland Heights will take over on downs as the Titans waste a great opportunity there. And this is going to be the 5th possession for Cleveland Heights in the quarter.
If you like offense, you're on the game to the right game tonight. You know, they flushed Jordan out to his left. It's pretty tough for a quarterback to throw when they're running on their left. Only had 2 guys.
I thought he might have given up the pocket a little early that time. But I think he saw some open field, and which got closed. Again, the athletic nature of this defense. Now you can see with the ends in tight, Cam Davis is lined up next to Chavis, and they're trying to exploit it again in the cutback, and stopped at the line of scrimmage that time is, I think is that Eliam, number 9, or was that, yeah, that was number 9.
No gain on that one.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Back to the wing look. It's going to do it as the clock ticks down. 5 seconds and under. Heights won't have to snap the ball. In fact, they don't have time to snap. We've played 1 at Crawford Field. Cleveland Heights 19, Lorain 7. Back with more after this timeout.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Back here at Crawford Field, Cleveland Heights 2nd and 10 from their 25. Snap back, it's just a straight ahead keeper, and it's not going very far. Kelvin Torres, Nate Melendez drive Harris back. That's not going to help that gimpy leg that he was hobbling around on. But it's going to be it's going to be loss of about a yard. And it's going to be 3rd and 11. This would be a major stop. Dower in now on defense.
No safety.
No safety. 4 wide receivers. And we see now they walk Chavis away. And he creeps back up. Snap is back. They look and they want to go long down this near side. Just overshot the man who was open. That was number 7, Sean Harris, and he had the big one the last time. Titans again letting him behind, although not as far, but it'll be 4th and 11. And the Titans benefit from the 3 and out, and they'll get it back, providing the punt goes as planned.
Yeah, Manning was beat off the line of scrimmage, but let's see if they can have their own problems with their special teams.
Marlon Neal, number 16, looks to be the punter. Oh, you called it, Rick. Snap goes into the end zone, and he does the smart thing and steps out the back end for the safety.
You know, great heads-up play by the punter there.
That is a good football play, because you can get tackled back there and fumble it, Marlon Neal, the sophomore punter, or you can do something silly like try to throw it and get an intentional grounding. Lots can go wrong if you try to bring it out. You give up 2 and live to play again.
Neal, he thought about doing something.
Yeah, he did.
And then he ran out of the back of the end zone. So Titans were able to get 2 there, Jay, 19-9.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if, like Jiminy Cricket, he was hearing somebody's voice in his ear. Okay, now as always happens after one of these, the teams line up at the wrong ends of the field.
It never fails.
Cleveland Heights will put it in play either via free kick or punt from their 20. Now, the Titans are going way too deep.
Devontae Jackson is signaling that they come up, but
they sent Manning back up toward the 50. Now Dower and Edwards are up to about the 37. And I'm still not sure. It looks like the place kicker coming out, Sam Kramer. Now, they were lined up at the 20, and that's where he's got to put the ball. So they move the line back to the 15. Boy, has this game had everything in the in the first 19 minutes? Kramer set to left-footed away, following the safety. And he boots it high and deep. Dower at the 36, 40, bounces it outside, finds a hole out across the 50, where he's brought down. They're going to give him the 49. I think he fell forward after the whistle, but forward progress was whistled dead at the 49. Titans will take over there.
I like to see on this drive the Titans get that running game going, Jay. They've really been stymied.
Yes, they have.
In the first quarter, you know, Chavis only 7 yards and Dower with 13. Jackson -3.
First possession of the second quarter for Lorain, and it starts in Heights territory. Now there's a whistle, and one of the Tigers tosses something. I'm not sure if it was a face shield or glasses. Now another one of the Tigers is sent off because of the knee pad issue. His knees weren't covered. And that was 19, Anthony Johnson, the defensive end you were talking about.
And Jay, that's something that we've been seeing on a week-in and week-out basis. These guys want their uniforms so tight and so minimal that the referees aren't letting that happen.
And they're pulling the pants up so high to not have the knees constricted, and they're being sent off when they do. Jackson, straight ahead give. Chavis down inside the 45, maybe the 43. Well, let's give him the 44 and be happy with 5 on first down. 10:44 to go in the half. Cleveland Heights got the first 19. Lorain's got the last 9. Jackson looks over the defense. Bump and run up top indicated. Snap back, give to Dower straight ahead. Dower gets hit at the line, drags him forward for about 3. Down to the 41, it'll be 3rd and a couple.
I think Dower realizes East and West isn't going to cut it with these guys. You see the hole, you plant and you go.
Well, you take what you can get and hope to wear them down. So 3rd and 2. Dower again, same play, nice. Big hole. And that's what you hope, is that you break a hole. And if Dalen Dower had Greg Pruitt's jersey on, he'd have scored. Because he was held on by the uniform for 12 yards. Gains from the 41 down to the 23 of 18. Best running play of the night by far for the Titans. bad snap. Jackson pounces on it. And it wasn't that bad of a snap. He just didn't handle it with the one hand he stuck out.
And Jordan is a great athlete. He usually makes that play. He's handled a multiple of bad snaps. But with that being said, let's see if this negative play doesn't come back to bite us.
Now, here we are again. This is going to be the third time we've been down inside the 25, only to go backwards. We've turned it over on downs the previous two. It's 2nd and 15 now. From the 27. Jordan straight back on the out, sliding catch. He's going to get 3 of them back. That again is Zach Evans. That's as good as a dive, but again, the outside pressure coming in. Jordan had to deal with the leaping arms of the defensive end. 3rd and 10. Stack formation on the far side, gives straight ahead. Big hole for Chavis. Chavis down the middle. Savon Chavis bouncing off to the house.
Wow.
That was a big play.
Quick hitter right up the middle, Jay. Great blocking up front by Arthur Lucas and Yusuf Alzir making the way along with the freshman, Addis. 6 for the Titans. People forget how fast Savon is.
Yep.
He can get on top of you quickly, second level speed. Great job.
He's a great athlete. You got to remember, he started as a freshman in the defensive secondary of a regional finalist.
He sure did. And he reminds me of someone we all know very well, his brother Carlos.
Yes. He's bigger. Rodriguez for the conversion, spot down, kick away. That one was long and true. Mark Rodriguez with the kick. And the Titans are back in this one at 19-16.
They're clawing their way back into this one, Jay. And before that drive started, I talked about it'd be nice to see the run game going on that drive. 4 total carries for the game, 53 yards for Chavis.
We only had the one short pass. Other than that, that was done on the ground.
It seems that the offensive line has adjusted to those backers blitzing those A and B gaps, so they can make the lines made a nice adjustment for the Titans.
One of the things that always strikes me in football, and this is the 3rd time it's happened this year, is a safety really gives the defensive team some momentum, and it was right there again. The Titans returned one for a touchdown against Midview on the kickoff.
Right.
Last week they scored after a safety on Clark's, or it was 2 weeks ago when they scored on a safety after St. Joe's. And then right here, the safety on the bad punt snap gives the Titans the ball at the 49-yard line, and they take it down and punch it in. And we've got a football game.
And if you like drama, and you just got into the stadium at this point, there's all the drama has been on special teams and kickoffs.
Yeah.
We've seen pitchbacks. We've seen mishandled squib kicks from both squads.
Yep.
What's next?
Now Heights' deep men are pushed up to the 20. Rodriguez can get it farther than that if he puts his mind to it to do it. The problem is he doesn't get the hang time that some of the other kickers that we see get. 8:37 to go, second quarter. Rodriguez bounces it along the ground, bounces over a man. It's free. Picked up by Adrian Mills again. That was untouched. Adrian Mills outran everybody to the ball.
Rodriguez has something special going with that ball, Jay. Did you see that
It
hop?
took a hop over the up man.
That looked like one of those Baltimore choppers.
Yes. And the Titans are in business again, and who'd have thought this?
Wow.
26. So Jackson back out there, has him down at the 30. Snap is back, give it straight ahead to Dower. Dower had a little bit of a seam, maybe 2 before he's tossed to the ground. Maybe only 1. I think both sides, the stands are kind of shocked. I don't think anybody expected any of this all night. And you called it on the special teams, Rick. Good snap. Jackson rolls. Jackson squares. Jackson throws long over the middle. Intended for Evans. Just never had a chance. It was too long. And the Titans are within a couple of plays of squandering the great field position again. 3rd and 8 at the 29.
And Jay, I like the concept of that play. You know, you roll Jordan out to the left, he's thrown back to the right, but Evans was bracketed on that one.
Yeah.
And he threw the ball in the only place that.
Well, they're doubling the solo receiver. It's been consistent no matter who it is. So you got to look over here to Edwards and Lighty if you're going to throw. You're not, though. Chavis, but he's hit at the line and got nothing. 4th and 9. And the Titans have had a handful of 4th downs tonight.
And, you know,
this is going to be the 3rd one inside the 30 of Cleveland Heights.
And, you know, they didn't even think twice about not going for this one.
Well, there's no place to punt it. Jackson straight back. He wants the screen. Chavis. It is there. Chavis breaks a tackle. Chavis is going to be short, though.
Yep.
He's short by a full yard, and the defense will come out and take over. Right idea, maybe a play too short or too late.
Yeah, you like to see that more on a 2nd down after a no gainer, where everybody in the house thinks it's a pass play, and you just kind of take advantage of their aggression. But see if the defense can hold out.
So the Heights offense back on the field at their 21, following a good stand by the defense, and they haven't been out in a while.
They haven't. They've been rested.
They had the 3 and out following the first Titan touchdown, and then there was the snap for the safety, and then the Titans had the ball, and then the Titans had the ball again. Inside counter, flag right in the holding area. Middle of the defense sniffed that out, but got bigger issues. Let's see.
They call him. Hand to the face.
Illegal hand to the face on Cleveland Heights. So that should be half the distance back to about the 10.5. And it's going to be 1st and 21 from just a football's length over the 10. Zarinsky comes out now. And there's the stretch play. Didn't get much.
That was a big fullback, Woodley, on that one, but great job being snuffed out.
McCall is trying to help him unpile.
And it looks like Weatherspoon is down.
Somebody at the bottom of that pile got stuck, and it was Matt Weatherspoon, the 165-pound nose guard. Ball is spotted at about the 12. Still 2nd, and they've got to get out to the 31 for the 1st down, so make it 19. Double wing formation, 2 wide receivers, fullback. Now there's the motion. Fake the straight ahead, wants to throw, hit in the backfield. That's a lateral, covered right there at the, that's going to, did it not look like he wanted to throw a flag up in the air?
He did, Jay. Great pickup on that as his arm was hit as he was trying to throw that ball out. That was
and that was covered nicely by the running back, number 6, Xavier Pilar. Otherwise, the Titans are in business yet again. Now, Cleveland Heights has got 3rd and 29 from the 2.
And something that's going to go unnoticed is the great job in coverage Cam Davis did there to not get beat over top.
Dower out in coverage on the near side. Gives straight ahead, hitting the end zone and doing a nice job to get it out to the 5. I believe that is Pilar.
That's at Watley.
Was it Watley?
The big guy.
Okay. But the punt team comes out for Heights. And boy, this game, if you had it grafted,
it's unbelievable.
It looked like a cardiac patient's EKG. the ups and downs both ways. Now, the punter is 5 yards deep. Now he backs up a little bit. The last snap went about 20. It would hit the blocking sled if he had the same style snap.
Pay attention to that.
Twin safeties back at the 35 for Lorain. It's a good snap. He gets it away. End over end kick. Lighty right at the 35. Lighty looking for the corner. Lighty's not going to be able to get the corner. Lighty is still up, but he's going to get, now he's going to reverse field again. Cuts it up. If he'd have kept coming this time, I think he'd have had something.
That's one thing with Lighty. The play is never dead with that young man.
Let's also remember that this is a guy that missed last week's game with a hip flexor.
I looked him in the eyes. He said, "Rick, I'm good tonight."
You know, your second team All-Ohio wide receiver as a sophomore.
You know what was nice too, Jay? Last weekend the boys were in Syracuse. Lighting and
Dower
had a little visit to Syracuse.
I know that the opening week of the college season, Dalen was in Pittsburgh with his dad. So it's 1st and 10, Lorain at the 35. Lots of excitement, no movement for that punt return. And let's not miss that it was a great job by the Jackson. Cuts it up down to the 30. He's going to have about 5 on first down. And that's just student body left, where he gets Dower and Chavis out in front of him blocking. And he gets 5 on first down. 4 minutes to go in this half as the Titans call out the signals.
Got man-to-man. We
Bump and run up here. Okay, now they back out of it. Yeah, Zach's got all kinds of space up there if he can get it out quick. Snap back. There it is. One man to beat. Zach Evans got the first down. There's a flag from... that one came from the scoreboard, I think. I think he's either got a horse collar or a face mask.
Yeah, I think it was a face mask.
Now, why the man that was 8 feet away didn't throw the flag and the man that was 20 yards away, I don't know what happened. It just seems like it wasn't the right guy making the call. Well, they're marching it toward the end zone, and the Titans will have it 1st and goal at the 9.
What a, even though he had the face mask after the play, but what a nice ball by Jackson. He threw it over to the defender that was guarding that flat area. Zach ran the 5-yard hitch, made the play, great stiff arm, and that's when the infraction occurred.
Well, and Zach did something else. Zach ran the 5-yard hitch and showed Jordan his numbers.
He did.
That pass was easy to throw because he could see the target. Dower hitting the backfield, going to lose 3. That had no chance. The snap was a little high, and the rhythm of the play was off. And plus, I'm sure that Heights was looking for that down there. It's going to be back to the 12, 2nd and goal.
Wow, and Johnson, from his defensive end position, I thought he was coming from a backer position, the way he shot through that gap on that run.
They haven't handled him at all.
They have not.
And that's Darian Martinez out there now. Jordan Jackson.
Corner route.
To the house. And that is Cario Edwards. That was a beautiful throw. And who'd have believed this?
Wow. That is a great ball by Jordan Jackson. And one thing that I love when you see an underclassman quarterback is the evolution. Where he was in game 1 to where he is today. He's recognized the man-to-man coverage. They ran the short route outside with the corner route behind it. Beautiful ball. 6.
Who would have believed that the Titans down 19-0 and looking forever to be in trouble, battle back, and Mark Rodriguez looks to put the extra point through. That was a good hold by Ethan Nicholas. He had some trouble with it, but got it down. And the Titans have scored 23 straight, Rick.
What a turn of events here.
You talk about a tale of 2 quarters.
And you know what, Jay? I gotta apologize to Miss Ferguson when she watches this on TV 20. Your left arm is gonna have welts on it, and he's not into anything kinky, folks. It's just me beating him up tonight.
I mean, there's still so much of this football game left to play.
Oh, it's amazing. Great first half.
The guys in the press box got a kick out of that.
You know, when you get us up here, Jay, we're passionate about these Titans.
Goodness.
We're passionate about football, and what a half.
And they're just as passionate about their guys.
Yes, they are.
It's high school football, after all. What could be a better way to spend a Friday afternoon in the fall? 2:58 to go in the half. And the Titans lead for the first time, 23-19.
And, Jay, you know, the Tigers had all the most. And then you can see it just shifting to the other side, 23-19.
It was 19-0, Rick, and you said must score. And I agreed with you. And they hit the big pass to Zach Evans, 67 yards. And now this has been the play that Cleveland Heights has had problems with, is fielding the kickoff. Titans have recovered the last two. That one's a problem. Oh, it made it out of bounds before. Now there's no penalty because it was touched by a Tiger.
It looks like Jalen Cheers was the Titan that almost had a shot at that.
He was out there along with Mills again. And it'll be Cleveland Heights ball at the 38.
And as we all know,
Well, they haven't put it down yet. Now what are we doing?
Really?
Now, they spotted at the 50, and I have no idea why. Because that's where it was touched, is all I can figure out. It hit one of the front line guys for Cleveland Heights, and then went out of bounds. Now, it hit them about the 50. I guess that's why the ball is there. Otherwise, I don't have a clue. Keeper, quarterback straight ahead.
Wow.
Kelvin Torres straight back. Kelvin Torres looked like another old number 51. My buddy, the assassin from the Cleveland Browns, Eddie Johnson. The late Eddie Johnson.
When Kelvin could get going downhill like that, he's a bad man.
He's a very, very similar player in style to what Eddie used to do for those cardiac kids.
Violent attacker at the point of contact.
University of Louisville graduate.
So I was mentioning, football is a game of adjustments, and the Titans have done a good job stopping that dive, which is getting them out of their comfort zone. They really haven't been back to that toss sweep.
Snap back, here's another option look. Nowhere to go, turned in nicely by one of the single digits. Is that McCall? No, that's
Cairo
Smith. Cairo Smith gets outside to turn that in for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Now, it seems to me Cleveland Heights has gone away from what works. They were doing great in the double wing under center with the motion and the toss sweeps and the counters off of that, and they've gone away from it. Trips straight back wanting to throw the screen pass, and he did. And no whistle. That's Pillard. He was not down.
Well, Malik McCall is petitioning with the ref, saying that the young man's knee was down.
I don't think it was. And you know what? Until you play to the whistle for a reason. So let's mark that down, because it was going to be punt time for Cleveland Heights, and instead they're in business at the 32 as they. Now, I'm not sure why the sticks aren't moving.
That's what we got.
Dead ball. Sideline warning on Cleveland Heights. On Lorain?
Yeah, sideline on 5 line.
So there's the 5-yard penalty for the sideline violation. I don't know. I'd love to hear the explanation for that. Coach McFarland is out there talking, but I didn't see any players out there. And that's what the sideline warning is for, to keep the official clean of the players on the sideline. So I've seen some strange things, but this has been that kind of a game. There's the motion in the counter. And
nice job.
Nate Melendez collars the wing back. That's Pilar, number 6 from over there. Back for loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 with 1:08 to go. Now there's a flag. And he's sending.
Ooh, he's throwing somebody out.
I don't know if this is an ejection. And I don't know if you can eject somebody without a penalty. Is he going to call a penalty? Now they are, yeah.
Justin Woodley.
Justin Woodley, I have no idea what he did. None. Back to the 43, it'll have to be some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct. And it almost had to be the magic word. Because I didn't see anything physical that would have got him thrown out. I don't know. I think sometimes the officials forget who the people came to see. But that's just my opinion. Deep motion there, straight back, fake the flip, wants to go long. He's got a man out there with Dower. And Dalen Dower, what a catch. Dower had a hand on the ball and it was still hauled in by Sean Harris. First and goal from the 43, down 2. Where are they spotting this one at? Give him the 8. Third gain of 35.
That was Harris's first catch on the night, and
there's a straight ahead give, nothing there. That's his second catch because he had the long reception for the touchdown.
I gave that to another guy. I gave that to Johnson. I apologize for that.
Yes, that was Harris, number 7. So with 44 seconds to go, now Rick, this is reminiscent of the Euclid game at the end of the half where Euclid was down and stopped as time ran out on the 2-yard line on a quarterback sneak. Quite a bit more time here. There's 44 seconds left and the Tigers have 2 timeouts. You know, going back to that catch, that was put up for grabs. That was good coverage. Dalen Dower went up and got a hand on the ball at the same time that the receiver went up and got 2 hands on the ball.
You want to see your playmakers make those contested catches, and Harris did a great job winning that battle. Too bad for Dalen because he was in perfect position.
Right. Their kids make plays too. He's out here again on Harris, one-on-one. Double wing formation. Josh Harris, motion to the left. They fake the toss sweep and come to the near side. Melendez, and then there's going to be the personal foul for the late hit after the whistle out of bounds on Dower. Now let's see. When that's one of those things, when the other teams had a couple of them, you have to be more careful because officials want to do nothing if not appear fair. Now,
looks like they're picking up the
flag. I think they picked it up. So, okay. But it is 3rd and goal from the 2. Straight ahead. Cairo Smith was in the huddle. Because that one's back to the 4 or 5. That was Pilar, and he got plowed by Cairo Smith. With 28 seconds left, it's 4th down. Now, the big running back is out, right?
Yeah, Woodley is out. We got an injured Tiger over here in our blind spot, Jay.
No.
I can't see who that is.
Well, I can't either. But the teams will spread out with 28 seconds to go. This is almost the definitive play of a really weird first half. Cleveland Heights scored 19 to open the game in the first 8.5 minutes. And Lorain High battled back and has scored the last 23 to make it 23-19 Titans, which is where we stand 28 seconds from the half. Now Heights has driven down to the 5-yard line following a kick that was mysteriously spotted at the 50 when it went out of bounds at the 32. But as I said, it was touched by an up man up there, so that may be the reason for it, is all I can figure out. But I didn't think that the offense could benefit on an illegal touch, on a touching like that.
Well, Jay, you know, you're in this position here. The playbook is open.
Oh,
5 yards to
absolutely
go.
it is.
And they switched the ball, so let's see if they didn't bring in the special ball for Mr. Harris to throw the rock. Let's see what he got.
Shotgun formation, double wing with the tight end to the top.
Watch shovel pass.
Setback, there's the motion. Rolling out, now in trouble, coming back.
He dropped it.
The football, and the Titans have the ball. It's down. That's Jalen Shears, 33. And why not? I mean, nothing else in this half has made sense. Why would that?
Special team miscues and red zone miscues. You can't have those if you expect to win on a Friday night.
Well, but both teams have had them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the insanity. Now, with 22 seconds left and 3 timeouts, there's no way Dave McFarland is thinking about doing anything other than handing it off to Savon Chavis, is there?
Now,
he and Killian are talking to Jackson, who trots in.
is there any chance they go back to the hook and ladder?
I hope not. I just think you need to get this one in the barn. Cario Edwards is the receiver to the near side. Now he's joined by Dower and Evans. Up top, that's Devontae Jackson, I believe. No, that's Tyshawn Lighty. 1, not 10. Now, I don't know what timeout Lorain. And again, it's the second quarter that would not end. We thought the first quarter was long. The first half has been an hour and 10 minutes thus far, Rick. And we've got at least another 22 seconds. That's providing the Titans are ready to snap the ball.
I don't know if maybe they had a play call and then Dave McFarland said, hey, you know what, let's just go ahead and take this into the half. But
I hope. The Titans are going to get the ball coming out. Let's remember that. So I don't think you have to do anything crazy. And if you put it up in some kind of a open field kind of situation, you're a lot closer to the wrong end than you are. Now they're going to go into the victory formation, if you will, just to kneel down. Jackson will take the snap under center and go to one knee, and the two teams will trot off, and they've got to be exhausted. As both Cleveland Heights and Lorain had their moments, and as strange a football game as I've ever been a part of, we go to the half. It's Lorain 23, Cleveland Heights 19. Back with more after this timeout.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
My name is Brandon Tolliver. I'm 16 years old and I am in the 10th grade at Lorain High School. I am a robotics student in Lorain High's Career Technical Education program. Robotics is part programming and part hands-on building. This program taught me how to use a very specific skill set. You get to use a power saw, drill bits, and a CNC machine. You get to use and do stuff that you can't do or use at home. After I started the program, I knew I made the right decision. I really like working with my hands. I like to see myself as an inventor. We program quite a bit of code. Programming codes is basically creating memory thoughts for a robot. You can make your robot do all kinds of things like fold clothes, walk, or even throw frisbees. I learned all of this in Mr. Bogan's class. There are teachers who just read. Then there are teachers who go out of their way to make learning fun. After my truly great experience in the robotics program, I now know what I want to do in my life, and I'm doing it thanks to Lorain High's Robotics Career Tech program.
Jay Ferguson, Rick Amador, Joe Bach back here at Crawford Field at Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And the tale of two quarters, Rick. It was all Cleveland Heights for the first 10 minutes of the first quarter. It was 19-0. And the Titans scored with 2:19 to go to make it 19-7 at the quarter. And then a safety, a touchdown, and another touchdown, and Lorain's on top 23-19 following a big goal line stand at the end of the half.
And Jay, you talked about it right before the break about it being like an EKG with the ebb and flows going up and down, and we had that. And let's talk about that with some of the stats tonight, Jay.
Okay.
For the Tigers, Harris 4 for 4 for 92 yards. His leading receiver is Harris, 2 receptions, 80 yards. One of those, that big touchdown grab. Pillar's the leading rusher, 7 carries for 57 yards. And for our Lorain High Titans, Savon Chavis, 5 carries for 53 yards. Dalen Dower, 8 carries, 35 yards. And through the air, Jordan Jackson, 11 of 16, 2 touchdowns. Total plays for the Titans, 32 plays, 210 yards. And I forgot to mention, Jackson has 125 yards in the air.
And you know what's impressive about that, Rick, is that first quarter during that onslaught, it's 19-0, and Lorain was sitting with negative yardage.
Yeah, we were on life support at that point of the game. Let's see what this second half has for us tonight.
Somebody getting a pad adjustment down there at the half on the Cleveland Heights sideline as the Tigers prepare to, it's one of the linemen now. What they're doing is, I thought that they were lined up wrong. I watched the players at the half, and Kelvin Torres was definitely with his back to our right, but both teams lined up incorrectly, so no harm, no foul, just a do-over.
The boys are a little hype after that first half.
Yeah. I'm curious as to know what's going through what was the emotional state of both teams in the locker room at the half. I mean, both teams have to think about the chances that they lost. Cleveland Heights was stopped on the 10, and then the Titans were inside the 23 times that they didn't score. For Heights, Sam Kramer, number 39, will put it in play with his educated left instep. Dower and Edwards are deep for Lorain. Bounced it along the ground, picked up by Manning. Manning tosses it back to, that's Leidy. Leidy's around the corner outside the 30, 35, and maybe the 37 when all is said and done.
Dower and Leidy love the circle button, Jay.
Oh.
They spin all day.
Yes. Yes, and so the Titans will start 1st and 10 at the 37. And I have no idea what to expect from either team. Here's what I do expect. I expect Jacob Addison, the freshman 71, to snap the ball to Jordan Jackson. I expect Dower and Chavis in the backfield. I expect Zach Evans at one wide receiver. Looks like we've got Leidy inside him and Edwards to the far side. Snap back option look. Jackson in trouble, takes it back the other way. He's got 3, he's got 5, he's got 6 and out of bounds. Well, as I said, I had no idea what to expect there, and that wouldn't have been what I thought. Is Jordan Jackson taking a little page out of the Leidy and Dower playbook there, stopped and reversed field, got a nice block from Colin Thomas on the backside, let him get 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Jackson wants to throw, short pattern, had a man, should be first down yardage. I think that's Devontae Jackson. It is.
Nice route ran by Jackson there. He's seen the off coverage. He just stopped him right at the sticks.
Didn't get a real good spot.
Looks like a first from here.
Well, I mean, I think that it cost them a half a yard on the spot. They're going to move the ball, move the sticks, but you know, you get so used to the NFL and the 14 camera angles and everything else that you forget that these officials are doing what they do as a part-time job and don't have all that to work with. Slant pattern for Evans. He bopped it up in the air and had it knocked away and almost picked off. Back there was Sean Harris, who's caught a couple for Heights on offense. Evans doesn't drop too many that are in his hands.
Right, he's a hands catcher. He doesn't let that ball get into his body, but Jordan put a little heat on there because he had that zone coverage. He had to put some zip on that one.
So 2nd and 10 on the incomplete. Straight back again, Titans staying in the air. There's the out pattern. Is that Lighty? That is Tyshawn Lighty for ahead for about 7 across the 50. Let's make it a 3rd and 4. Give him 6 on the reception.
That's Lighty's 3rd catch for 30 yards, Jay.
And the first one was a huge one when he went up and high pointed it when they weren't moving at all. Evans coming back. Evans looks like he has a first down. Now the ball was right on the hash the last time, and this official from the near side has got his left foot ahead of the hash. That makes this one a first down.
Little screen there set up for Zach Evans, redeeming himself where he dropped that previous ball.
And you know, Zach Evans can do a lot of things. He showed speed in the first half, but he also showed again right there that he's not afraid to put his head down and get the tough yards. 1st and 10, Lorain. Jackson again back to pass pressure now. Tosses it to the outside to nobody. Here comes the flag, I'm thinking. Now they wave it off.
He was outside the pocket, so that's not intentional grounding, but
I'm not sure if that's a high school rule. There's the flag on the 47. I don't think that is a high school rule.
I seen Lighty out there, but I guess not.
No, Lighty was way deeper. And there's the flag. It's loss it down and 5 yards from the spot. So it'll take it back to the 42, and the loss is huge. Right back to about where they started. There's the indication. The hands behind the head mean loss it down, and it's second down and a lot. 25 according to the scoreboard. I'm not going to count. Again, another jailbreak. Jackson steps up into more pressure, hit from behind. Did well to hang on to the ball and lose 4. It's interesting, Rick, is that we haven't run the ball, but the one time that Jackson kept it to start the half on the broken option.
And on that play, you can see Dalen Dower wasn't quite sure what the play call was, and it looks like maybe the snap was a little early, but the Titans are going backwards. They're going the wrong direction.
3rd and a lot. They've got to get to the 33 of Heights for a first down, and they're on the 38 of Lorain. Snap back. There's the hook and ladder, and he just keeps it. Puts the head down, gets across the 45, picks up about 8.
Yeah, they were going for it, but
you had Lighty and Edwards both coming at the 45. Now, it's 4th down and a lot. We had a bad experience with the punt. So what I know is that Zorinsky is not in to kick the ball, which is what he was. He was the punter in the first half in the ill-fated snap. Jackson has also punted the ball and will do so again, and it's blocked. That's the problem with the 5-yard drop.
Yeah, you get that penetration. It's very easy to get blocked.
So the Titans squander not just an opportunity, but give up great field position in the process. Cleveland Heights will take over at the 46.
And Jay, we talked about it at the break, you know, off the air, where Cleveland Heights went away from what was really working for them, which was that toss sweep out of that
the double wing motion.
Yes. So let's see if they go back to that.
Well, they've had a chance to talk it over. Now they stick Pilar, the running back, on the wing. 4 receivers to the top. Empty backfield for Harris. This is interesting. Now the Titans are safetyless, so Davis is up and bump and run on the near side. Now backs out of it a little bit. There's a mismatch over here in size. Quarterback keeps, and Savon Chavis didn't go for it, and then his friends helped him out. Chavis right at the line for no gain. Manning comes out, and Dower, well, now Dower is going to switch spots, and he's going to take the bigger receiver. That is Shamar Turner, number 11. Davis goes on the inside man, 4 to this side with the wing back. Single receiver to the left. Rolling this way though, flips it into the hole, had a man complete to the 40. That is number 8, Rob Morgan, senior wide receiver, and that'll move the sticks on a gain of 14.
It's hard to believe that Harris is perfect for the night.
Well, they haven't thrown much, and everything's off play action. 4 receivers to the top. Bump and run coverage on the near side. Now backing out is Dower. Straight back, pump and go. Same play that they, and it's a touchdown. It went through the arms of Dower again and caught.
Wow.
Beautiful throw. Beautiful throw. Number 11, Shamar Turner, I believe.
Now, Dower was in perfect position, Jay, but you got to tip the cap to Harris, dropping the ball on a dime.
Great throw.
Putting it in the bucket where only his guy can make the play.
This is big now. It's 25-23. The snap goes back to the 20. And
scoop and score. Oh, nope.
Nope, that's not high school. Because otherwise Tyshawn Lighty would have, because he had it and he was going to be gone. So 25-23.
Wow, what a flow of this game, Jay. Back and forth. And
boy, the Titans take the opening kickoff of the half. Look like they're in business deep into the territory. An intentional grounding penalty, and it was all through the air. An intentional grounding penalty and a sack. And eventually they go for it in 4th and a half a mile and turn it over. And Heights starts in business at the 46 and takes it right down. And it was a 40-yard pass.
Yeah, Shamar Turner there was the recipient of that one from Harris. And Harris, 4 for 4 or 6 for 6 for 148 yards unofficially.
Yeah, perfect on the night.
Now we know why they haven't went back to that formation.
That's just, yeah.
Wing T look.
That was an empty backfield the entire possession. So the Titans are on the short end once again. And they take the field looking for the kickoff from Kramer. Bouncing ball, the secret weapon has it, and he's out to the 50. Isaiah McDowell pulled it down, much in the same kind of a play that he made last week on that interception. He jumped up and grabbed it with one hand and brought it in, and he saved the Titans quite a bit of yardage right there as he out to the 50, where they'll start 1st and 10.
I think the Tigers coaching staff was shocked by Isaiah's vertical leap on that one. High pointed that ball perfectly, the young man.
Isaiah McDowell's just small. He is a very good athlete. Don't be fooled. Jackson waits for the snap, takes it. Dower straight ahead. Dower across the 50, gets about 3 down to the 47.
We're used to seeing Dalen hit those big home runs on minimal carries. Maybe this is the night that we're going to need him to carry at 20 plus.
Well, I looked at your stats at the half, and it said he had like a 4.4 yard per carry. That's really good, except that we're spoiled because he was 17 coming in. I think that puts him right there, puts him over 800 on the season. Jackson rolls, Jackson throws, has a man, that's Cario Edwards, down to the 42, and a perfect form tackle there by one of the Tigers. Boy, that's how you draw it up when you're teaching kids to tackle at a young age.
You know,
see what you hit and wrap and lift.
Every time I see Cairo catch the ball, I really get super happy because I was out there watching him practice and had a tough practice one day, and seniors lead. He's doing a nice job.
3rd and 2, big play for Lorain. And it's straight ahead to Chavis, bounces off one, finds a bunch more. He's going to get back to the line and nothing else. That play just didn't look good from the get, as it seemed like the line got blown up at the hole and pushed back, and Savon tried to bounce it off of the back of his lineman. Now, we both know that it's 4-down territory for Lorain.
This is 4th and 2, and it's a long 2.
Darian Martinez is in at left tackle, where he's been much of the evening. Jackson's going to keep. There's going to be a flag. It doesn't matter. It's going to come back. Jackson's going to have the first down to the 35, but holding comes back against Lorain, and it was an easy call.
The line had played clean up until that point, Jay. That was one of the first infractions that the big nasties up front have actually had called on them.
First half, 5 penalties against the Titans. 7 for 70 yards against Cleveland Heights made quite a difference in the ebb and flow of that first half as well. This one's going to take it back inside the 45 to the 44. Instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 4th and 16. Now, we were just here a minute ago and tried to punt and had it blocked. So Jackson doesn't give any indication of showing a punt, although they have a deep man back. He drops, he rolls, he waits, he's in trouble, and goes down under the pressure at 38-yard line. And one thing he'll learn is you've got to throw that ball on 4th down.
Yeah, you can't hold on, you can't take that sack there, Jay, especially. I
mean, you're going to give him the ball at the 44 on an incompletion. So get it downfield. If they catch it, hopefully you make a tackle and it's like a punt. Instead, Cleveland Heights in business again on the second Lorain High turnover on downs. They got the last one at the 46 of Heights, this one at the 38 of Lorain, and you're asking your defense to do an awful lot when you do that.
And Jay, look at the Titans have actually started using Lighty and defense as well.
Oh, is he on defense now at safety? Yes, he is. Well, you got to have your playmakers in to make plays. Motion, rolling to the near side. There's the toss, short to Pilar. Speaking of Lighty, he just ran through Mr. Pilar.
Yeah, you call that, that's the hit stick there, Jay, and Madden.
Yes. So 2nd and 9. Harris looks to the sideline. They get a play.
Press coverage across the board.
Twins to the top. Got a wing and a receiver to the bottom. There's the give straight ahead. He makes the first man miss, bounces it outside. Cam Davis up to make a play along with Kelvin Torres. Cam was the first one there and did a nice job with the head up, square up.
Cairo shot through the gap. He was the first guy that Pilar made miss. Great job rallying to the ball by the Titans.
So no gain on that one. It's 3rd and 9.
Let's see if the Titans can get off the field here, Jay, and force the Tigers to punt.
Harris has Seawright next to him, wings on each side. Pilar is the wing to the top. Fake to give to no one, rolling out, throwing, has a man. It's caught and out of bounds at about the 32. That changes everything. Cam Davis pushing the receiver out of play. The receiver was 9, Brandon Elam. It's going to be 4th down and 4. Another huge play in this football game. Nolan Johnson, 5, comes into the lineup now, and Pilar comes out. They go big on the wide receivers. They're going to empty the backfield for Harris.
Quarterback draw?
Maybe. Jalen Cheers thought he had jumped. Maybe they're going to just try and draw us. There's the timeout. They look to the back judge, but the flag was in the air.
Are they going to give him the timeout?
Well, they're marching.
No, they're marking
going
it
to
off.
give them. I was going to say they can have the timeout if they want, but now they.
Yeah, they're marching that back.
So the 5 yards is going to be for delay of game. The wingman tried to call the timeout, but the back judge said he had thrown the flag first.
And the Titans may have dodged a bullet. As you mentioned, Jalen Cheers was in the neutral zone, but they didn't call it.
And his head went down like...
Uh-oh, they caught me.
Yeah, 4th and... Well, let's make it 10. He's right at the box. And Heights will go for it. With the punting adventures in this football game, I don't know why you don't.
No.
4 receivers, now there's motion. They don't even look at the motion man, but he pulls it down. It's going to run a draw, runs into the official, but he's going to have the first down anyhow. He ran the umpire over. Nice run by Josh Harris for the first down. Now I'm looking at the spot, and without a measurement, okay, I thought they got a bad spot there by about 2 yards.
Needed 9, got about 11.
First and 10 Tigers at about the 27. Truthfully, I thought he was to the 25.
Jay, this is right around that area where McDowell likes to make those big splash plays. Let's see if he's got another one in his bag of tricks.
Quarterback draw, same play. Zach Evans up high, Nate Melendez down low, gain of about 3.
Great job by Zach, using great technique to engage.
Kind of a bulldog there.
Engage the would-be blocker, was able to make that reach tackle on the quarterback. Great job.
Cleveland Heights has had the ball, it seems like the whole quarter. Titans had it to begin with, turned it over on a blocked punt, and then turned it over the second time on a 3-and-out on downs.
Harris is 8 for 8. Let's see if we can get a pick.
Draw again, other side. Nothing doing that time. Malik McCall in the backfield. Going to put him behind the sticks and make it, I think, 3rd and 11. Well, they're going to spot him right at the sticks, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, lost a 2 on that one, Jay. A great job by Malik to beat his guy, get inside, and just hang on for dear life onto that ankle.
It's interesting that they think, they've gone to the quarterback run here 3 times in the last 4 plays. Harris again got a gaggle of receivers to the near side, straight back. Had again a taller Heights receiver goes up over a Titan cornerback for a touchdown.
Jay, you never want to see a defensive back backpedaling like that. That looks like Devon Manning that got beat there. Or
I think it's Devontae Jackson.
Whenever you're backpedaling like that, that's never a good position to be in as a defender, and he got beat. And the Tigers are going for 2.
So it's 31-23. It's an 8-point game. They're going to go for 2. Another touchdown for Sean Harris, number 7. Going to roll. He's going to take it in. Oh, he stopped. Oh, he fumbled. Okay, there's everything. I saw Tyshawn Lighty pick the ball up. His mouth guard came out. He got kick tripped from behind. There was a flag down at the 8-yard line that the near side official, that was just bizarre.
Yeah, I think they were going to call holding on the outside on the receiver out there on Cam Davis.
But in any event, you can't return an extra point in high school.
Right, and then now, Tyshawn is now limping off. As you mentioned, he was kick tackled out of soccer.
Right.
So let's see what the referees come up with. Well, they're coming up with nothing.
Yep. So the Titans catch a break and stay within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in this ping pong game of a football game.
Man, what a night for Harris. 9 for 9, 3 touchdowns and 154 yards.
9 for 9 for 154. That is, I don't have any kind of a size on him to know what he is. I can tell you how athletic he is, from firsthand experience.
And he came in here kind of banged up pre-game, but he's making him play. Making him pay, I should say.
Now deep for the Titans. It's Dower to the near side. And I think that's Javon Manning to the far side. I see a 3 in any event.
That is him.
Mills in for Manning at the up spot. 26. Bouncing it along, covered right there by McCall, who went to a knee and then tried to get up and return it. Nice job by Malik McCall. Titans again with good field position at about the 46.
Malik's a baseball player, isn't he?
I believe he is.
Did a nice job fielding that one.
It fielded it like a first baseman. Went down to 1 now. They're going to spot it at the 44. Went down to 1 knee, made the play, and 2:39 to go, third quarter. The third quarter has been 12-0 Cleveland Heights on a couple of touchdowns. Neither conversion worked, so as bad as it is, it could have been worse. Now I see no Lighty this time. I see Dower and Chavis in the backfield. Jackson is behind Evans on the far side, and Edwards is to the near side. Jackson rolls. Jackson throws. Too tall for Devontae Jackson. Devontae's got to say, everybody's throwing it over my head.
Oh, man. But you know what? I like the play call. He was wide open there. You'd like to see him complete that ball, but go right back to Jackson, try to get him some confidence.
Jordan had more time than he realized there, I think. Well, again, I think the Titans have maybe gone from the run a little bit too much. Dower bounces. Dower stiff arms. Dower's got a corner. Dower's got a first down and out of bounds. Clean field as Dower crosses the 50 down to the 43. His biggest gain of the night is 13 yards.
Yeah, whenever Dower gets those big runs, Jay, it's attributed to a lot of those blocks downfield. Evans and Devontae Jackson.
They do a great job on it. Devontae Jackson, in particular, for his size and being a sophomore, does a great job blocking downfield. Jordan, straight ahead give. Dower, no, that's Chavis, bounces. Chavis keeps the feet moving, picks a couple up out of nothing, down to the 41. That's 2:13 to go in the third quarter. We don't have to hurry.
Yeah, you don't have to abandon the run quite yet, Jay.
Now Dower bounces out, timeout. Is that Chavis? Yeah, Savon's down. Now he looks like he's trying to get up, which would indicate to me either he got the wind knocked out of him, he's got a leg cramp, or he got his bell rung. Now he's back down on his back. Tracy Menges out there.
Coach Mack is out there along with Coach Wood. I think it looks like cramps or something.
I think it looks like she's doing something with the left thigh. So Dower went sprinting out immediately at the end of the play and all the way over to the bench. I don't know what that was, but now with Chavis out, we got to make sure that we have players that we need in the ball game, as it is 2nd and 7. Now Dower's coming off the sideline and back to the huddle, so Savon up under his own power, and he's walking off like he's got either a thigh bruise or a leg cramp.
Yeah, it was a patient run by Chavis on that one. The running back or the player that can come in for Chavis, who's seen it before, is McDowell and or Cairo Smith.
Cairo Smith is on the field right now.
And one thing I can tell you, Jay, in the offseason, Cairo worked his tail off to get in great shape, and had a chance to work out with that young man a couple times, and he's been ready for this moment.
Transformed his body type. Jackson calls it out, runs it back, wants to throw on the run, has a man
nice
picked
catch.
up off the ground. What a catch that was. That was Tyshawn Lighty down to the 8 or 9. We've got to tighten down. Dower is back there. That might be Jordan. I don't see Jordan Jackson standing anywhere.
Yeah, he got his bell rung on that one, Jay. And a nice pitch and catch, way to pick it up off the turf.
I mean, if they'd have signaled it incomplete that hit the turf, I wouldn't have been stunned. But from the 44 to the 8, that's 36 yards for Tyshawn Lighty. And the problem for Lorain is Jordan Jackson is down, face down at the 47. Now they roll him over. Devontae Jackson, no relation, is out there warming up with Coach Whitehead.
I'm not a Dr. J, but I've had the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
Playing football, and I know what it feels like, and my legs are kind of doing the same thing too.
You know, I can remember hearing about the wind getting knocked out of you and thinking, how bad could that be? And then it happened. And I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, you think it's game over, you know.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about it is, Devontae Jackson, when he's had to come in and play quarterback, has done a nice job for us early on in the season when he had to step up for when the guys had cramps. Let's see if they can punch it in.
So Jordan, whatever it is, walks himself off, and Jackson will come in. The situation is 1:47 to go, third quarter. Titans on that completion have first and goal at the 8. And they come now. I see Edwards over talking to McFarland. Let's see what we've got. Edwards, there's Smith, Cairo Smith comes out and goes on the wing inside of Cario Edwards. Dower is in the backfield with, is that Tyshawn Lighty going to take the snap?
No, Wild Titan.
No, that's Dalen took the snap. He's going to run. He got a block from Cairo Smith, and he might have missed a cut there. Tried to bounce it outside and lost a couple. Might have been, it was going to be tough because they were certainly prepared for it. Now Jordan Jackson back in after one play out.
Brandon Elam did a great job from his cornerback spot to come up and stop Dalen on that one.
So now Edwards is wide here on the numbers. Cairo comes back in the backfield with Dower.
Jay, I say give the senior a ball. Let him score right here. Seniors lead.
Lighty is in the slot behind Evans. He wants the senior. That's Zach Evans had it popped out. It was down low where only Evans had a chance. I think it's where it had to be thrown, and Zach wasn't able to come up with it. 47 seconds left in the third quarter.
Great ball by Jordan. Put it down and away.
Zach will tell you that he makes that play usually.
Yeah.
Because he got the inside release and leverage. Now it's 3rd and 10. Straight back Jordan. Throws the out pattern to Lighty. Lighty gets ripped out of bounds at about the 6, call it the 5. So that's half of it. With 40 seconds left, we'll stay down here for 4th and goal. One thing we know we won't see is the special teams.
No, that's not happening, Jay.
Fourth down.
Little slap pattern, it's there if they want it.
Jackson. Edwards got a lot of room over here. Fakes, rolls.
He's corner.
In trouble. He's got the corner if he can get there. Now he's not. Jackson down at the 1. Held. Just didn't have the leverage to get to the corner. And he tried the only thing he could do, which was to cut it up between defenders and make a play, and couldn't get through. So the Titans, again, for the 4th time deep in Cleveland Heights territory, turned the ball over on downs. Now we'll see what the defense can do with this one, as it is inside the 1.
Missed opportunity, Jay, in the red zone. We talked about that, you know, penalties, miscues. The defense has to get stout right here. They have the Tigers pinned back.
Now Devin Zarinsky in at safety, 16, along with Javon Manning. Cam Davis and Devontae Jackson, the corners. Cleveland Heights taking a while to get organized. In fact, the one wide receiver just came through the defensive middle and got to the far side.
Back under center again.
Yep. Just going to try and wedge it out of there, and if he got anything, it wasn't a lot. That was a little bit of sumo there between the middles of the line. That should be the last play of the quarter if Heights wants it to be. 10 seconds left and the clock is ticking. So the two teams leave that end of the field. We've played 3 at Crawford Field. Cleveland Heights 31, Lorain 23. Back with fourth quarter action after this timeout.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Jay Ferguson, Rick Amador, Joe Bach back here in Cleveland Heights. The Tigers are 2nd and 10 in their own end zone following a great tackle on Jordan Jackson as the Titans went for it on 4th and goal from the 5 and got to right where it's at now. Shotgun, he fakes, throws, caught. This might be 99. Wow.
The big man.
That is a big man. Pulled down from behind. Cairo Smith made the tackle. I think that's Marlon. Let's see who it is. I might be wrong now.
And he had one shoe. Is that Watley? I thought he was thrown out of the game.
I thought Watley got thrown out in the first half.
Wow.
Now I'm really confused.
Pop pass for 58 yards.
58-yard pass.
Wow.
He still hasn't missed, has he?
He has not. You know, the backers all sold out for that dive. And
well, we're in the gun. I mean, you've wanted to throw it on 2nd rather than 3rd, I would think. There's the same play, knocked away that time by Zach Evans, intended for Brandon Seawright.
Jay, that's Harris's first incomplete pass on the night.
Okay. I just wonder what Wadley was doing in there.
I thought he was ejected.
I am so confused, and I bet the coaching staff isn't aware of what that all entailed either. Oh, there's motion, simulating the snap on Heights.
But needless to say, Watley made a great one.
Oh, he made a great
catch.
play. I mean, you can't take that away. I mean,
man, Titans had him
but we're all
backed up.
sitting up here looking at one another. I mean, it was right inside the 1, 2 feet from the goal line. And they get out of the hole. Whether they score or not, they've flipped the field. Straight back, here's the bubble screen to the near side, splitting the defenders down to the 41. and then pulled down by Zarinsky. That is
Pilar.
Is it Pilar 6 or is it 8?
Looked like 6.
I think it's 8. I think it was Morgan. Yeah, it was definitely Rob Morgan, number 8.
6 yards on that one.
Chavis back in now for Manning.
The Titans need to come up with a play, Jay.
3rd and 10. Exactly 11 minutes to go as they look to the sideline. Davis backs out. He's given away size over here. They've taken advantage of that more than once. Here's the quarterback draw again. Knocked forward for the first down is Harris. Hurting us with his legs now.
Yeah, the defensive ends got upfield. They created that natural seam, and then McDowell was not quick enough to catch him. First down.
So they're inside the 30 to the 28. Titans need a stop here in this ebb and flow game. There's not a lot of time to be down 2 scores. 10:25 to go as Heights looks over the defense. Harris plays with a sock now. Not in any hurry. Now the hand goes up. They just get it off. Harris is going to keep it up the middle. Melendez has him after maybe a gain of 1.
Well, one thing about Harris, he has been putting the ball on the ground on those two-point conversions. So if you get a chance to rip that ball out, the Titans need to try.
Now Zarinsky back in at safety. Not sure who he replaced. Four receivers to the far side. This is the formation they ran the quarterback draw out of earlier. It pump fakes. He's going to go to the short side. Davis is back there.
Nice job.
And it was overthrown. Kevin kept it in front of him, or Cam rather, and
nice job by Canton Davis, playing the ball there, not getting beat over top. But great job.
Yes. So, in fact, I made the mistake, and the guys in the press box says, "Is he related to Kevin?" And he just grabbed his head and shook it. Obviously a basketball person.
There's a lot of Davises.
Yep. Straight back. Harris looks for the bubble screen, and it's a fake.
He put it on the ground.
And the Titans have
it. I tell you?
Kelvin Torres is free. Kelvin Torres is going to get run down. We know that. But he's down. Why would anything make sense? Kelvin Torres picked it up and rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down to the 31-yard line, Rick.
Well, Jay, I don't know about you, but on the way home, I'm stopping by the Jack. I called that one.
Wow, you did call that. He said he put it on the ground a couple times, and it was close whether he was down or not. I'm sure that the Cleveland Heights coach on the sideline is looking for somebody to ask that. But in any event, the Titans have taken it away, and the play that they so desperately needed after the big play by Cleveland Heights.
I didn't catch you strip the ball there, Jay. I didn't see who that was.
No, I didn't either. Well, Jackson has Lighty and Chavis, and that's Chavis, and he's not going to get much, maybe a yard.
It's good to see Chavis back in the game.
Good to see Lighty back. Of course, he made the big catch on the last drive.
And when I believe Zarinsky replaced Dower on that last play. I see him on the sideline getting treatment.
Okay, I don't see Dalen. One of the problems, Dalen hasn't had many fourth quarters. Jackson, bubble screen, Lighty. Lighty makes a move down near the 26 for about 4. That looked like it was going to be more than it was. Nice fill from the inside by the Heights defense. Flowing to the ball.
Deshaun's putting together a nice game. 6 receptions for 76 yards, Jay.
He could go over 100 if he got in the end zone here. He's the third receiver on the near side. Evans is one-on-one up top. they bump and run him. That one, they went to Cario Edwards, and it's going to be a short gain. So it's going to be another 4th down inside the 30 for the Titans. This time it's going to be 4th and a long 2, right at the 23-yard line. 7:50 to go. Now Devontae Jackson flips sides. 4 receivers to the far side.
The Heights tacklers have been doing a great job bringing our Titans down.
Well, we've been outmanned on this without the receiver to the near side. They've been sending the linebacker at will, and he's going to have a free run with only Savon Chavis between him and Jackson. Straight back, fakes, in trouble, and again, you got to get rid of it. Instead, another sack and another turnover on downs. Anthony Johnson Jr., the defensive end, number 19. Running free in the end zone was Tyshawn Lighty, but Jordan wasn't looking there to begin with and never had a chance to find a second receiver.
You almost want to, put the personal protector and Savon Chavis over to that side wherever Johnson is, because he is beating the offensive line.
You didn't have an end on that side, so you had to keep him over to chip the linebacker on the near side. So now Chavis is out. Let's see, linebackers are Evans and Shears on the outside now. Zarinsky is in at safety all alone. He's got to come out here and pick up the second man in. 2 to each side for Harris. He's just going to go straight ahead following his running back and maybe get 2. Now, what Cleveland Heights knows or should know on this is if they can march down and add points, that would just about end the game. But ball security is as much important and time as anything. We're under 7 minutes, 2nd down and 8. Now they go to 4 receivers to the far side, single to the near side. I think that, okay. Shears has got the wingman there. That's Wadley, I believe. That's a mismatch in size. And there's the timeout being asked for by that slot man.
That's Wadley. Well, Jay, it looks like the Tigers staff is just saying, hey, we're going to put the ball in Josh Harris's hands and let him put this one away.
We've seen his athletic ability, and they ran 25 seconds there before they used the timeout. It's never too early to play clock.
So, Jay, if you're Coach Wilt, you got to dial up as many blitzes that you can come up with at this point to try to create some havoc and force the Tigers to turn over the ball.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be putting it in the air a lot if I were the Cleveland Heights offensive coaches. I'd make them force me to, and then maybe even be willing. The big thing in the back of the mind of the Cleveland Heights coaches is punting's been an adventure.
It has.
Not just for them, for everybody. Empty backfield for Harris. Now here comes motion, and he goes away from the motion. He's going to, yeah. He's going to have a touchdown. He is going to have a touchdown. 71 yards, Josh Harris goes, but there's a flag way back here at the 36-yard line. So when all the dust settles,
that's coming back.
There was the counter move away from motion that has worked for them just about every time tonight.
They set that up perfect, but it's unfortunate it's going to come back for them.
Holding is the call against Heights. You take that from the spot of the foul, you take it back 10, from the 36 to the 26. Instead of a touchdown, it's going to be 2nd and 11.
I feel bad for that headset over there in the Cleveland Heights press box. It's getting abused over there. But
I can't tell you where the holding was in terms of the play. I mean, we're standing 7 yards downfield, And actually, I mean, it had to almost not be a factor unless it was the block that got him down. Now, Coach McFarland is asking a question. Whatever it is, he's not thinking about declining it. Holding offense, unsportsmanlike conduct. What? No. No, there were 2 penalties indicated. They both, okay, that takes it back to the 26, which is what we said the holding would do. I don't know what that second set of gyrations was. These gentlemen have had me confused more than once tonight. Now Lighty comes back. He looks winded. But everybody out there is. Chavis, the linebacker, is out here with Davis in tandem coverage on the outside guys. That's Pilar in motion. He takes it up the middle, spins back inside for a couple. Torres first on the spot. Melendez there as well. Going to be 3rd and 9 off the 3-yard gain. I'll make it a 2-yard gain out to the 28.
But Jade, if the Titans can come over to stop, they still have life.
Well, we're under 6 now.
No safety in the middle of the field, though.
Once again, straight back, bubble screen, cut it in. Zach Evans got the big paws on him and brought him down. Going to be a loss of a yard.
Great play recognition there by Zach.
Yes, it was. Now he's hobbled.
It's a play he often runs himself. He's seen it and got through the wash and made a play.
Now, adventures in punting.
They're going to try.
Well, you have to. You've got an 8-point lead, and there's 5:20 to go, so they'll be under 5 minutes when they snap the ball. Lighty is going to be back in single safety about the 45-yard line. They're 1 for 2 in getting punts off.
Looks like that's Woodley, the punter. The big man.
It is a big man, but I couldn't tell you who it is.
Good
snap.
They got it.
Partially blocked. And Malik McCall catches it at the 33. Give it to 34.
Calvin Torres coming through and making that block.
KT with big plays, the 2 last defensive series with the fumble that he picked up and then the blocked punt. And alertly, Malik McCall, no telling what he saved them. I don't think you'd encourage your defensive ends to catch the blocked punt downfield, but he did it and it worked and it's done with. Yeah. So Titans take over 1st and 10 at the 34.
6 and a 2-pointer. We got a tied up ball game. Let's go.
Jackson has Lighty now leaving the backfield going out. Haven't seen Dower in a while. Chavis is the single setback. Whistle, all kinds of movement. And there it is, 5 yards. It's going to be on one of the guards for Lorain. Whoever was on the left side, I believe. They flinched a little bit that time.
Titans made a switch also. They're putting Calvin Torres on the offensive line to left tackle.
Is he? Okay. They sacrifice some size and get some athleticism.
Someone's got to handle Johnson out there.
Yeah. Now Lighty comes into the backfield. It's 1st and 15.
He's hobbling.
Yeah. Find somebody healthy and get him in open field is what you're looking for. Cario Edwards fits the bill, but not the open field. He's hog-tied and wrestled down at the 41, backwards again for a couple. So they've lost 7 on a play and a penalty, and it's 2nd and 17.
Going the wrong direction.
The horizontal stuff hasn't been the bread and butter tonight. Now, we got to get 8 or 9 here. This would be a good spot for that little hitch to the outside to Evans up top. Jackson. They're throwing, that's the hitch to Devontae Jackson. He's down to the 35, and so he's got 6. It's whistled down. One of the Tigers came out of the pile with it, but after the whistle, it doesn't much matter. They're going to spot it right at the 35. 3:47 to go. It's almost last chance for the Titans.
Yeah, you would think so, Jay.
3rd and 11.
3:40 in the running clock.
Lorain has 3 timeouts, but they haven't had any semblance of a big play since the opening touchdown, which was a 67-yarder on an out and up to Zach Evans. 2 receivers to each side. Fake to Chavis. Lighty's got it, and he's in trouble and going to lose a bunch. Well, he's going to only lose a couple. There's a flag on the far side. Now, that's where they've been dropping the whole sideline warning thing. So, I'm not sure what this is. See, the adults are allowed in that area, and if he's running into anybody over there, it's an adult.
There goes his hat.
First time all night we have wind.
You could tell Tyshawn is definitely...
Face mask, Cleveland Heights,
Oh,
5-yard variety. Now, where does that come from? Does it come from the line of scrimmage? So it comes from the end of the run, which was backwards yardage. So it turns out to be a 2-yard penalty. And but more importantly is you get the down over, so it's 3rd and 9 rather than 4th and 12. Now Lighty hobbles out. Devin Zarinsky, who in his younger days was a quarterback, is in the backfield. Let's see if they have he's going to take the snow. He's not.
He's got a guy.
He's got a man open. And just overthrew Cario Edwards. I think Jordan threw that to a spot, and Cario was running straight ahead rather than in. So now it's 4th down and 9. 2:58 to go, clock stopped.
This booth is rocking, Jay.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you? You've won 2 in a row. You've got your #1 nemesis the past 2 years on the ropes. Jordan Jackson straight back, steps up, get rid of the football. He sidearms it out to the 20, complete to Devontae Jackson.
Big play.
For a 1st down, Laundry Field. That was a huge play by the young guys, the junior quarterback, sophomore wide receiver.
Nice job using his hands to catch that ball, Jay. 1st down Titans, and we still have life.
So 1st and 10 at the 20. Cairo Edwards is in the backfield with Chavis. Jordan straight back.
Corner out again.
He's got Cario out there. There's the flag. 2 of them. Are those the only 2 flags?
Looks like a little bit of holding, maybe.
I think it's pass interference.
Because he was open in the corner. He threw a great ball.
Now, what makes a difference is it half the distance or is it 15 yards?
Now, Jay, we've been strictly throwing the ball. Don't forget about running the rock. Cairo's healthy back there. They should use him here.
Well, Cairo gives you an added protector back there. Now, Chavis hobbles out. Who is in?
Looks like Lighty and
It's Lighty
Smith.
and Smith. Cairo, well, that's why you don't run the ball with your backups. Cairo Smith got around the corner, going to get back to the line and maybe
Great
a couple
effort.
more. That was a tremendous effort, but I mean, didn't fool a soul.
Still a lot
he's going to have 5 yards on that.
A lot of leakage on that front side, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Jay, Cairo has a heart of a champion. I've worked out with this young man in the offseason, and I know he's born to be great. Let's give the kid the ball again.
So it is 2nd and goal from the 6. Cairo on the near side, Lighty on the far side of Jackson. Snap back, Tyshawn Lighty straight ahead. Gets whacked as he gets inside the 5 to about the 4.
Man, that was a tough one.
He threw that 160 pounds in there hard. and took a licking for it. We're down under 100 seconds now as the Titans line up on 3rd and goal. Jackson changing things up. He's got Zach Evans to the outside.
I post up Zach
on the top if he wants that slant. He instead wanted Devontae Jackson on the post and threw it behind him. So, you know, this game should be decided on 4th down. I mean, the Titans have had a bad night on 4th down. And here we are again, 4th and goal from the 5. They were stopped 4th and goal. They were stopped at the 1, and they've turned it over 3 other times deep in Heights territory. Now who's in the backfield?
Got Leidy and Cairo Smith.
Leidy and Cairo Smith. Fresh bodies, so it's almost got to be a pass. Jackson straight back, looks, pulls it down, sidearms it to the back of the end zone. Too tall for Jackson, incomplete.
Well,
minute 11 left.
The play originally was designed to go to Cairo in the flats. It was completely covered. Jordan thought about running with it, but did a great job keeping his eyes downfield. He's seen the open receiver and Edwards in the back of the end zone, just overthrown ball.
You know what? That's not Edwards. It was Devontae Jackson.
Was that Jackson?
Yeah.
Just overthrew him.
Now, as weird as it sounds, it's not over yet.
It's not.
Because there's a minute 11 left. Heights has got the ball on the 4. Lorain has 3 timeouts, so Cleveland Heights needs a first down to end this thing, to put Lorain out of their misery. The score is 31-23. It was 23-19 Lorain at the half. Heights punched a couple in their first 2 possessions of the 3rd quarter to get us where we're at.
Hopefully a little bad mojo will go over to the Heights side. I see their coaches packing up their stuff.
Now they are going in the gun, which really confuses me here. Good snap. Harris is going to keep it straight ahead. Back to the line, maybe the 5. Timeout, Lorain. That took 6 seconds.
And no gain on that one too, Jay.
So 2nd and 10.
Boy, this half has been completely dominated by the Tigers. But with that being said, with a minute 5, you still have 2 more timeouts.
I'm thinking if you were going to say it's been completely dominated by the Tigers, it's been dominated by the Tigers defensively, as the Titans have continually knocked on the door and been turned away. Now you've burned 1 timeout, so now it's imperative that you get a 3 and out.
Do you think they go back to that pop pass again? With the backers selling out on that run.
Take some guts. Well, like I said, I think I'd put him under center. You've got an 8-point lead first off, so it's not like you can lose. I think I'd sell out to the run 2 more times from under center and then try to kick it out of there, or maybe, well, I'd try to kick it out of there. There's the give straight ahead, bounced outside. Oh, he's going to have a first down. There's a flag, though, behind the play. He can run all night. It doesn't matter. Now he stops. That's Pilar. There's a Tiger back on the 4-yard line. That's going to be 94 yards, and it's going to come back. I don't know if that's the guilty party or the most aware party, but he's right from the beginning, before Pilar had crossed the 20-yard line, he was pleading. Now the official, the umpire, the referee's lost his hat again. It's going to be out on Cedar Road in a minute. Well, that took some time, though. 46 seconds down there because you finished the play, and that took 20 seconds. So what you got is a 20-second runoff, half the distance to the goal, and it's still 2nd down.
Man, you hate to see those holding penalties away from the action, but sometimes it happens on the backside, Jay.
Yeah. So the spot was, that should take it back to the 2.
I've seen crazier things happen, Jay.
Well, not a whole lot has made sense on this night.
Titans still have 2 timeouts.
Yeah. And the situation is the same. A first down wins the game for Cleveland Heights.
Counter.
Let's go to counter. Makes the first man.
He put it on the ground.
He fumbled it. Titans tried to pick it up rather than fall on the ball. Oh my goodness. So it's out to the 7-8. Lorain takes time with 35 seconds to go. It's 3rd down and 6.
Josh Harris, who has had a brilliant game tonight, just continues to put the ball on the ground.
Right.
Other than that, he's had a spectacular game. 12 of 14, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 246 yards. Great game by the senior quarterback.
Now, do you trust him to try to win the game through the air?
He's been your horse all game.
But do you put the ball in the air, or do you trust your defense?
They have been tough, so I say yes.
All the Titans scoring in the first half. They scored 23 unanswered. It was 19-0 Cleveland Heights, 23-19 Lorain, 31-23 Cleveland Heights. As the scoring has been bunched. It's the bottom of the 4th now, though. 3rd and 5 is what I see. Now, somebody jogging off for the Tigers right through the middle of the formation.
Trying to draw him off sides.
Well, that's not a bad strategy right there. Hitting the backfield and down at about the 2 is Pilar. Now what that's going to do is force punt formation with 30 seconds left.
No, they're keeping them. They're keeping the punting unit.
Now they've got to. There's a timeout. Now, if you recall, were you in Bedford with me last year when Bedford had a 4th and 1 in a similar situation? The game was closer. They had a 4th and 1 on their own 10, and they went for it and made it and won the game.
Yes, that was right on the heels of Dalen being stopped at the 1-yard line.
Very similar to what's going on here. That was 4th and 1, though. Now here comes. I'm going to call it the punt team because I don't see Harris. Maybe I do see Harris. Let's see. There's the punter.
Yeah, Pilar's back there. Or Motley, I should say.
He's about 10 yards deep. Is he going to take us? There's nobody back for Lorain. Lorain blocked the last punt. Now here comes the 11th Tiger.
Can they do it again?
I'll say that.
Good snap. Punt is away. Now what it's going to do is take some time right here. It's out to the 40. And it rolls dead right there.
18
seconds. So you got a couple plays. You got no timeouts. Coach McFarland has let Jordan Jackson know what he wants. I'm sure they've worked this scenario through more than a few times.
And remember, every first down, the clock stops, so they can run up to the ball, clock it.
Right.
So you kind of have built-in timeouts. But you
Now, I
got
don't know the rule in high school. I know the rule in college and the pros is you can't clock it out of the shotgun.
Jordan Jackson on a night, Jay, 23 of 33,
wow.
218.
He has Chavis back in there with Lighty. There's the hook and ladder. He had to go to the ground to catch it. Now you got no time. That was going to be the hook and ladder.
10.
9. Jackson gets him up to the line, takes a snap from under center and clocks it with 3.
One last play.
Well, Jordan's made a lot of great throws. That one there on the hook and ladder was just short, and Zach would have been better off to let it bounce than make the catch. It said the clock says, or the sideline says 3rd and 5, but the situation is it's 3rd and 35, 4th and 35. Jackson heaves it down the sideline for nobody. Intercepted and taken out of bounds, and Cleveland Heights is going to come out of here.
Wow.
What a ball game this was. 31 for Cleveland Heights, 23 for Lorain High. The Titans dropped their 2nd in a row, and they can't say they didn't have chances this week, Rick.
Yeah, they were knocking on the door all second half long, but the Tiger defense stiffened up when they needed it the most. Great game, Jay.
It was a good game. We had lots of offense, we had lots of defense, and we had really bad special teams on both sides.
Made it for fun football on a Friday night in Northeast Ohio, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 blocked punts. Each team had a punt blocked. We had a safety on a punt snap. Lorain screwed up a punt snap and ended up with an intentional grounding on it. Just everything that could go wrong did go wrong seemingly, and in a night when that happened, Cleveland Heights had one more thing go right.
Yeah, 688 total yards for both teams combined, and Harris and Jackson did everything they could to will their teams to win, and the Tigers made enough plays at the end.
So the Titans dropped to 3-3, and come home next week. It's homecoming, Warrensville Heights Tigers, a different brand of Tigers in, and we'll see what happens there. But until next week, for Rick Amador, for my buddy up on the roof, Joe Bach, this is Jay Ferguson reminding you it is a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.